So the next task, which is nearly at the end, I keep saying nearly at the end, I don't know how many times I've said that, well, twice just then, but is this radius here. Now I was going to do it on a linisher, but I found this radius tool is absolutely spot on. Now I've done a couple already, and there's the results. It does cause quite a bit of vibration. These tend to be a very straight cut, so it's like bang, 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 bang. It's got 4 flutes on it, but still it's quite a lot of vibration. So I'm doing quite light cuts. Probably could go a lot heavier than I am. Single bolt, could use this, but as you see, the corner of the countersink disappears, which is correct. That's what it should do. So I'm not putting anything in there. So I'm using a single bolt and a pair of welding clamps, just on pinching this way, just to give a bit of extra rigidity. I did the first one with just the bolt and it seemed fine, but you know, be on the safe side. Less vibration on the up rather than the down, don't know why. Right, so that was the last one. And before anybody questions why I'm leaving the little mark on the bottom, and I penned them in purely so I could see it. The original has also got a small flat edge, so that's what I've just been aiming for. And there we go. Right, where next, I wonder? So this is what's going on at the moment. You saw the basic CAD design. This is what the 3D print turned out like. I've got it mounted on a board. It's quite a thin board. What's that, about 10 mil, give or take. My print wasn't brilliant. I've changed material, and I'm going to go back to just good old-fashioned PLA, because this is PTEG or something, and it is stringy. It's horrible. I'm having trouble to adhere into the bed. I hate it. So I'm gonna go back to PLA. Anyway, so printed out 2 halves. This is a half that I didn't use. Some of the ears are slightly warped because they lifted off the bed a little bit. As did this part. This part is horrendous. Either end was lifted off, but as a whole it's good enough to use for this. What I did was paint it. I've used like a masonry paint because it's quite thick, goes off real quick, and by the time I've done this a second coat, it almost leaves like a little radius and fill it in the corners. So this morning I came in, light sand, and I filled up some areas where I'm not really happy with, round here and under there. I knew about anyway. What I'll do is I'll sand these all down and paint it again, and then hopefully this will be ready for a cast then. Fingers crossed. Well, I've just given these a wire wheel up, mainly just to give them a bit of a clean and run round the areas which I'd soldered. In the end I did decide to run a bit of solder around all these pins just to be on the safe side, because I just wanted to. You know, I looked at them and thought it's not going to hurt. So you can just see a little bit of solder around there, but you'll never know it once it's painted. But I've run around the edges with a wire wheel, and I mean this one, for instance, was one of the ones which I'd done the repair on up here, and let me try and get that in any light. I mean, I can't see at all now where that repair was on here. There's only one I think I noticed that I could, but the object of the exercise was just to really soften up the edges a little bit, and it's done such a good job of removing most of the machine work that I didn't bother with too much on here. I just went around the edges of the holes. It's really just made an overall good job. So, and I think I might actually bash that on the wire wheel as well, actually. There, it's made a good job. But I don't think I need to sandblast them and age them any more than this. I think they're good enough. So I'm going to bag these up in a minute, because I think they're pretty much done. I've got a bit more filler going on in a couple of places on here that I wasn't happy with. So with that, I'll give it another paint after I've sanded it down, and that should be ready to go tomorrow, hopefully. So there we go. That's what's coming up with any luck. I'll see you then. There you go, that was the last one I just showed you. And just hitting it with the wire wheel, just taking that that chatter machining off a little bit. It's still visible, but by no way means the same as it was. So anyway, that's it, in the bag it goes. So I finished the filling and the hand paint coat, and I give it a quick toss over with a white paint just to give it a nice smoother finish. I'm not worried about it being too glossy, but a little bit better than the hand painted will be a good thing. So that's probably a better view for you, but obviously I've done the same on both sides. So I'm ready to start ramming this up. Not entirely sure how the actual bracket is going to come out. I never really designed it to be cast, so it's got no draft on the sides, and I half expect that to pull when it comes out, but that really is just an experiment anyway. These are the bits that I'm really interested in at the moment. So I'm going to sieve the sand. You know the process if you watched any of my casting videos, and then I'll flip it over and do the other side.